That's it, I'm done. This stupid thing broke.
Oh, honey, calm down. It's just a suitcase.
My wife Leia and I had been married for 12 years, and I thought I knew every side of her. The playful one, the stubborn one, the tender one. But that Friday morning, she showed me a version I wasn't prepared for. Leia burst into our kitchen, humming like pure sunshine, her excitement practically bouncing off the walls. "Danny," she chirped, using that special nickname reserved for her happiest moments. Girls' weekend, spa, brunch, shopping. Finally, I smiled, even though a familiar little knot tightened in my chest. She'd been talking about this trip for weeks. I'd nodded along, pretending I didn't feel that tiny sting every time her greatest joy seemed to be getting away from me. Trying to be the supportive husband, I brought out the small, bright teal suitcase I'd bought her for her birthday. It was perfect for a weekend trip. I'd even pre-packed a few of her essentials as a little surprise. That turned out to be a big mistake. She opened the suitcase, still humming, and started tucking her clothes inside. And then, crack, the handle snapped clean off. It didn't just wobble. It was a full, clean break. Her whole body went rigid. "Danny," she said slowly, holding up the broken plastic piece like it was a personal betrayal. "What did you do?" My stomach plummeted. It must have been loose already. I swear I didn't force it, but my words just hung there, useless. "You can't even handle packing a suitcase." She snapped, her voice sharp for the first time that morning. "This is supposed to be my weekend." My throat felt tight, but I didn't argue. I just watched her struggle with the broken thing, muttering under her breath and shooting me these "I can't believe you" glares. It was just a plastic handle, but the moment felt so much heavier, like something inside our marriage had just snapped too. When she finally left for her trip, the broken suitcase wobbling in her hand, the house felt painfully quiet. I tried to distract myself with emails, books, even video games, but her frustration echoed in every room. That night, I found myself just staring at the suitcase in the corner. It felt like a warning sign, a symbol, a crack that was revealing a truth I'd been ignoring for far, far too long. Saturday morning, I woke up and the house was just too still. Leia was already off somewhere, enjoying brunch or a massage, laughing with her friends. No guilt, no concern, just gone. I walked into the living room and looked at that suitcase again, lying lopsided on the floor. I touched the broken handle, and in that moment, something shifted inside me. A realization I'd been pushing away finally clicked into place. It wasn't just about this weekend. It wasn't just the suitcase, it was everything. The little dismissive comments she'd make, the date nights we'd planned and then forgotten, her genuine excitement for trips that never included me, the silence that would fall whenever I tried to share something about my day, her laughter, which was always so much bigger, brighter, and louder when she was with anyone else but me. I had excused so much of it. I told myself it was just stress or her personality or bad timing. I told myself that love means you have to let things go. But cracks don't just disappear because you refuse to look at them. For the first time in years, I sat down with a notebook and actually wrote down how I felt. Lonely, overlooked, unappreciated. I was scared of the people we were becoming. Then I packed a small bag. I wasn't leaving, not running away. It was a gesture for myself to remind myself I matter too. I sent her a gentle text. "Hope you're having a good time. When you get back, can we talk? I just need some clarity." No reply. Hours crawled by, still nothing. That silence hurt more than the broken handle ever could. By Sunday morning, I'd spent 2 whole days alone with my thoughts, and for once, I didn't push them down. I let myself feel all the things I had swallowed for years. So by the time evening came and her car pulled into the driveway, I felt strangely calm. I felt ready. She walked in humming that same carefree tune from Friday. She didn't even see me at first, didn't notice the thick tension in the air. "Hey, Danny," she smiled, reaching for a glass of water. I really watched her. And for the first time, I wasn't scared to speak up. "Leia," I said gently, "we need to talk." She froze, her smile slipping just a little bit. It wasn't gone, just unsure. "What's wrong?" she asked, leaning against the counter. I took a slow, deep breath. "It's not just the suitcase," I said. "It's everything. The small, dismissive moments. The feeling that I'm invisible even when I'm standing right next to you." Her brow furrowed in confusion. "Danny, it was just a broken handle." "No," I interrupted her, but my voice was soft. "It was a pattern, one I've ignored for way too long." She fell silent, and I told her everything. Every small moment I had brushed off, every joke that had stung, every time she seemed more excited about distance than closeness. I even told her about packing my own bag, not to leave, but to remind myself that I still had a voice. As I spoke, her expression shifted. First, it was surprise, then a wave of guilt, and finally, something much softer. I didn't realize," she whispered. "I just needed a break. I wasn't thinking about how I was making you feel." "That's exactly the point," I said. "We stopped thinking about each other." She swallowed hard, and I could see the weight of it all finally settling on her. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice trembling. I didn't see the cracks. Neither did I admitted. Until this weekend forced me to. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The house, which had been filled with this silent tension, now held something new. Honesty. "Can we fix this?" she asked quietly. "I think so," I said. "But only if we stop letting the small things pile up until something breaks again." She gave a tiny nod. It was shaky, but it was real. We sat together that night. We weren't fixed. We weren't healed. But we were finally facing the same direction. The suitcase was still sitting in the corner, broken, awkward, and tilted. But for the first time in a long time, we weren't. Thanks for listening. If our story resonated with you, please consider subscribing.